Hello, my Astro family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and today I have three good news for you. The first one is that I'm back doing monthly horoscopes, obviously, yay! After a few months break. The second good news is that August will be so much better than crazy July with all the eclipses in July, all the sun opposition, Pluto, Saturn, all the retrograde planets. August will give us a break. August will be time when the winds are changing and turning for us. Jupiter and Mercury are turning direct, and we have a conglomeration or stellium of planets in a very positive sign. And the third good news is that I finally completed and I'm ready to release my predictive astrology course. It's based on techniques from all types of astrology, ancient, modern, Vedic, Western, the predictive techniques that I have found out work the best. And basically I give you all my secrets. It's about 12 hours. It was part of it is from the retreat that I just did, professional quality, and part of it is recorded in the studio. So, and I'm giving it for 50% off to the first 100 people that order it. And I'm adding also for the first 100 people that order it, another course of mine, which usually costs $200, but I'm adding it for free, 60 most important transits. And this predictive course will teach you all my secrets. Transits in particular, we focus in particular on solar returns and progressions and dashes. So lots of interesting information. And now let's start with the 12 signs and predictions for each sign. Hey Gemini, I think you're gonna love this month because it's gonna be very Gemini-like month. We don't have any planets in Gemini, but look what's happening in the third sign from Gemini. This is you guys, Gemini, and the third sign from Gemini has the energy of Gemini because Gemini is the third sign. So the third house has the energy of Gemini, even though all those planets are going to be in Leo, but that's your third house, which is like you. So what is it going to be about? Talking, communication, information, busybody. You'll be like a bee from flower to flower. Actually, your daily life will get so busy, but that's how you like it. I can't imagine a Gemini being told to work from 9 to 5 and then go home and do the same thing for day after day. They just need action. They want to be moving, or Gemini to get stuck at home and not be able to go out for days, for example. They're going to get depressed. But that's exactly what's not going to happen for you. You're just going to be out and about with all those planets in the third house. You'll be busybodies, busy bees. There'll be so many stimulating activities around you. Third house is the house of playing, exchanging with people on everyday life. You'll be probably invited here at one barbecue with the neighbors, there at one meeting, all this webinar, all that seminar, because it's the third house, the house of the mind. So your mind will be super stimulated that month, which kind of you already are mentally stimulated, but I think you would enjoy it, because it's being like in your own waters in this third house. But let's start one by one. First of all, Mercury, the planet that rules you guys, it was retrograde in July. So maybe some of you felt a little bit off, or if it's not off, maybe things did not go according to expectations, because when your planet is retrograde, first of all, your thinking becomes different. You see things from a different perspective, and that's necessary. And you are called to slow down a little bit, go over things from the past, reduce certain things, fix certain things that are not working well, and then only move on. But from the 1st of August, Mercury will start moving direct in Cancer. So maybe in July there was some material complications because Mercury was retrograde in your second house. Maybe you were asked to, and there were eclipses in your second house, and there was the North Node. So some of you might have had their financial situation a bit destabilized, Gemini. And maybe there was some unexpected spendings, maybe something, having to rework, to rebudget money, having to think of a new plan or plan B or C in regards to certain resources that you're using or materials, so in regards to how you conserve energy, or in regards to how you spend, or in regards to money. Second house is any resources that we use. And maybe you are like, hold on, when Mercury was retrograde, this is not, it's not efficient, it's not smart to do it like that. So, and sometimes like we go through a wardrobe, we throw out stuff we no longer need, or we kind of try to either make more manageable and make more efficient our possessions and belongings and how we spend money or how we invest money from business and things like that. But Mercury starts moving direct from the beginning of August, from the first in your second house. So any financial complications or delays, maybe some money was delayed or whatever, or worries that were there, or maybe you worked on some project that's going to bring more resources and you have to work extra hard using your skills, Mercury. Well, when Mercury starts moving direct, you'll see the results of that. And maybe you would have by then, by the middle of August latest, a much better financial structure around your attitude and way of doing and distributing resources and receiving resources, or how, or just for some of you might be that you bought new trainers and threw out old ones, or that you revived old clothes and made better use of them, or something. It doesn't have to be like, I lost millions, I made millions. No, it's it can be a very mundane level to some of us. But then you start feeling from the beginning of August like you can move forward again. You start feeling like, you know, especially after the first week of August when Mercury gathers up some speed, that you're again moving forward and you're not stuck. And then Mercury moves into your third house, and look, it joins a party of so many planets. And by the way, Mercury was a bit retrograde in your third house in July as well. For some of you, there might be some complications or delays connected to papers, connected to some administrative tasks, connected to communications, connected to receiving some piece of information, or maybe you have to fix or improve or kind of edit some commercial project. Third house rules business and commercial projects, or some papers, or maybe you have to revisit and refresh some knowledge or some skills that you have, restart some communications, maybe get in touch with friends from the past or colleagues or whatever, and sort out certain issues or make things clear about something from the past. But Mercury in August, I think like this, a few days into August, moves direct into your third house. So any such kind of misunderstanding with siblings, relatives, teammates, workmates, playmates, neighbors, whatever, get sorted out. They get removed. No longer surprises in regards to the plans that you have, in regards to third house is planning as well, in regards to business, in regards to marketing, to advertising. They start moving forward, and there's so much happening here. I mean, you're on fire. So if Gemini, if you're involved in some administrative job, or if you're marketing, writing, speaking, teaching, training, these are all third house matters. Advertising, what is it? Sales of any sorts, writing reports of any sorts, media, talking on YouTube. These are all third houses, house of business as well. So busy for you. Bam, 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 you're on the spot. But also, even if you're not in an administrative, you just might find yourself just writing on the phone a lot more. You might find yourself, texting more. You might find yourself that you're walking down the street and you're like, hey, 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 oh, people stop you. They're talking left and right with everyone. And sometimes they say when there's such a big stellium of planets, it's nice to escape into the opposite house. So for you, that'd be the ninth house. Go somewhere far away from your town. But in your local environment, you might find new projects that are starting for you as well. You might find yourself often in, just third house might be like sitting and drinking coffee with someone and talking, gossiping, or it might be starting a work project in a small work environment with group of 5, 6 or something like that. Business meetings in the third house, all kind of emails and stuff. These increase. But if you're in any of those administrative, business administration of any sort, marketing, I think it'd be a very successful business, very successful month. You can also reach out and contact more people during this time, whether with campaigns, with emailing, with whatever, because this third house is so busy. You can do more videos if you're someone like me who does videos. You can do training practices, or you can just feel very excited about tackling some new skill, or a skill that you might be required to use your skill and your communication skills a lot. Basically, I was born with all those planets, exactly all those planets, without the moon in the third house. So what I do all day is what you'll be doing in August. Talking, emails, business meetings, videos, marketing, advertising, training, doing 10 trips to the shop and back. It is fun. Learning new skills, this is something else as well. You can find yourself being more eloquent as well, but we have two rough planets here, Sun and Mars, so you might have some clashes with others in your everyday communications, but they're two soft planets, Venus and Mercury as well, so you have the diplomacy to solve any such communication clashes and clashes of opinions that happen as well. You have this extra charm there and desire towards balance. Some short trips, a lot of short trips can happen to you. You might find yourself that you're traveling out of town every week, or that you're going 3 times more often out than normal. You know, I can talk about the third house forever, but we don't have time. Very social house. And then we have uh, the ruler, Jupiter. Jupiter in your, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In your seventh house. Oh my God, yes. Jupiter is turning direct in your seventh house. That's another social house, but it's more connected to not people in your everyday environment and business. It's connected more to your partner. And again, it's a business house because it's exchange with clients, you know. So I was saying all air signs, they can have a fantastic business month and expand their influence to larger groups, to social media influence. That's the month for that. But Jupiter's been retrograde in your seventh house for a few months. So if there were some complications in relationships, some delays, you're waiting for something, for some contract to be completed or signed, or some agreement, well, or maybe you started reevaluating your relationship while Jupiter was retrograde. You know, they say that Jupiter transiting your seventh house, you can get married, but you can get divorced as well. And I had quite a few Gemini rising people write to me and say that they're in very unhappy relationships, and since Jupiter turned retrograde, they're more and more seriously thinking of leaving because Jupiter wants to liberate you. And maybe you felt stagnant to live an unhealthy business or personal relationship, or just some kind of collaboration with someone while Jupiter is retrograde. But the moment it starts turning direct from the 12th of August, you're going to find the strength to move forward and to take action. Whatever you reevaluate, or maybe you just work extra hard on a relationship or business partnership. Maybe you put the extra efforts while Jupiter was retrograde, and now you're going to see the results of that. There might be fantastic results, great business results, a partnership, or improved personal relationships with your partner. Or maybe your partner was working on something while Jupiter was retrograde, some opportunities that they have to put extra efforts and energy into, and when Jupiter turns direct, they'll finally start seeing the results of those efforts and energies. But if there was some whatever situation was happening till now in regards to business collaborations, in regards to your personal marriage relationships, they're shifting in a different direction. Those delays, those blockages are removed, but also it will turn into a different direction. Also, seventh house is one of the houses connected to negotiations and court houses, so maybe different decision and the wind of change is gonna shift now if you're involved in some court case of some sort. Also, if there was some slowing down of expansion towards more people, towards clients, towards, you know, such kind of the audience, when Jupiter starts moving direct from the 12th onwards, you will start seeing growth there again as well. And if you've been, for example, in some negotiations for a partnership or something, or for collaboration, this can start giving better and better material results from August onwards, or it can happen, you know, if you've been in a preparation stage for that, and start expanding again. But again, something will shift in your relationships because it's in Jupiter turning direct in your seventh house from there. And by the way, those relationships are very likely connected also to work or to your social status. The important relationship, because Jupiter also rules your 10th house. So if there were some delays at work or slowing down, again from the middle of August, most likely September fully, you start seeing how things are shifting again. And these things can start moving forward in regards to, you know, and it's funny that for Gemini very often relationships and career success or publicity and you know, reputation are very much connected to a partner. partnerships, with a marriage partner or someone they collaborate, or a business partner. And when Jupiter starts moving directly, those two areas, you'll notice that they'll start moving in a different direction as well, for better. It's more according to expectations. All right, so I think we have this covered, Gemini. So the moral of the story for this month is connect, 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 build bridges, communicate, do interviews, socially connect with others, whatever it is, be involved, and this is where things are going to give you best results. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next month.